In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to run your ad from start to finish. In the previous class, I taught you how to set up your ad account from start to finish with nothing hidden, so you can check the link in the description, or at the top right or top left of this video, you can see the video and watch it to the end. So if you're interested in advertising tips, digital marketing tips, video editing tips, do well to follow this particular channel where we release different videos on these particular areas. Do not forget to hit on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we release new video. Without much ado, let's head over to the business of today. So first of all, we want to head over to business.facebook.com. Now I'll be showing you how to do this with a fashion design brand. Now once it opens, head over to your ads manager. I've shown you everything in the previous video, so I'll just go straight to show you how to run your ad and publish it without any waste of time. So once it opens, just head over to create. Network is really a bit messy this evening. Now let me explain some things here. The awareness campaign is just like the name says. You want to run an awareness ad, like you want to tell people more about your brand, not necessary for them to buy at the moment. That's what big brands usually run. So if you are interested in sales, forget awareness campaign for now. Traffic campaign is more like you want them to follow you, you want them to engage with your page, your video, your picture, whatever. You want to get tons of engagements, and you want to get followers too. It will be, the traffic ad will be helpful. Yes, you can still get sales, and you can still use it to run profile visit ad where they can see other posts you have made, not necessarily just the one you're using to run the ad. I don't know if it makes sense. Now engagement ad is more like you want them to message you on Messenger, Instagram, or WhatsApp, or you can also use it to run call ad, like you want them to call you from the ad. Now for leads, you want to get leads, like you want to get their information, their details, or you want to send them to your landing page, to your website to get leads from there. And app, of course, is self-explanatory. Then sales, of course, you want to make sales through your website, a seller account, a landing page. These are the ones that uses website sales campaign. But if you want them to message you directly to Messenger, WhatsApp, Instagram, you can't use sales campaign, because at the end of setup, Meta will tell you that you can't run a messenger ad, messaging conversation ad with sales campaign. I don't know if it makes sense. The only way you can add a messenger button is as a secondary option. So for the sake of this particular video, I'll be going for engagement campaign. Now once it opens, and for the sake of this particular video, I'll be going for manual setup. I can also use this if I want AI to do the heavy lifting from all the setup. So I usually love naming my campaign. So let's say, because I'm running a fashion design campaign, I will name this fashion testing. Okay. Now, nothing else to set up here, apart from if you intend to do an A/B testing. In another video, I will talk to you, share more tips about A/B testing, but let's just stick to what we have for this particular video. Now for the ad set, I also love to name it according to the particular interest group I'm using. So since I've not yet decided the interest group, I'll just leave it dormant for now, and I'll come back to it later. So for the sake of this video, I'll be using one of my ad accounts. I'll use my main page, which is Omira. Then, of course, if I want this ad to be shown, for them to message me in all the 3 places, I'll leave them ticked. Then I'll just go straight down to, I can choose my budget. Of course, that one is self-explanatory. I just want to go head over to the location. Now for the location, of course, you should basically focus on the location that you do business frequently with. Let's say for instance you reside in Lagos. Of course, Lagos should be your number one location. Then of course Abuja, Port Harcourt, and the rest of it. That one is also self-explanatory. You should know your customers very well. Okay. Now, for the sake of this video, I want to also switch to original audience. I could decide to leave it like this and tell AI, that means I'm telling AI to do the interest targeting for me with the location I've chosen. And let me say I chose Lagos and not the entire country. Let me choose Lagos and some other few places as city, not as state actually. When I choose as city, it focuses on the city part of Lagos. I believe you understand what I mean. Then the same thing with Abuja. Of course, Abuja is already city. Then Owerri, Enugu, and the rest of it. Even Port Harcourt, Asaba, Calabar. I mean, it just all depends on where you reside. Okay, I usually love removing this so that you just focus on the places I want, the location I want it to focus. Now let me come back to here. Then I want to switch to original audience. Use original audience. Now the age, of course, you should always choose the age range. So I'll just, for the sake of this video, I'll just use from 23 to 50 or 55, thereabouts. Let me just go with 50. Gender, all gender. Then interest. Now here is where you need to do your homework, your workings. You understand? Now let's assume the fashion I'm into is all this luxury fashion. So I'll go for interest groups like Gucci, Prada, all these luxury wears. Gucci, Prada, and Louis Vuitton, Versace, they just automatically gives you suggestions, which makes it very, very easy. Chanel and the rest of it. One thing with, you can see this thing here. One thing with, okay, it has gone. One thing with, sometimes one stupid error will just come up, which you'll be like, Abba, your WhatsApp is just there. Which can you hear error is that one? It happens over and over again. And before you know it will disappear on its own. Sometimes it still sticks around. Sometimes what I will just do is to create a new ad set. Like I just come here. No, I'll come here from there, then create ad set so that to start all over again. I'll create from scratch the ad sets from scratch. Okay, let me explain something now. This particular place is the campaign page part, which you don't have much to do here. Now the ad set part is more like where you work on the demographics and the psychographics, the interest. The demographics, which include the age, the gender, the location, those are the demographics. Then the psychographics includes the interest, you understand, the behaviors and on. So that's what you do in the interest stage. Now the ad stage is where what you do there is you work on the ad creative, which includes the carousel, the picture, the graphics design, the headline, the videos, the call to actions. These are the things you do around the ad stage. You can see. So you can choose whether to use an existing post or create from scratch. So I'll show you all these things once I get to this particular stage. So let's stick with our ad set. So I believe I've set up the necessary interest group I want to choose. So I don't want to choose a lot so that this video won't be long. I've chosen some interest groups. So what I usually do for my clients is we create different ad sets, so to see which particular interest group is doing well. So we can name this particular interest group brand or luxury wears. You understand? Now we can create another interest group and call it magazines. So I will still show you how to do that. Okay, so let's call this luxury wears. And as I'm choosing my interest groups, I'm also checking my estimated audience. You can see my estimated audience is not that bad. Okay, I can make it to reach up to 1 million if I keep on choosing more luxury brands. Now I can decide now to create a new ad set, or come here and duplicate this particular one, duplicate this one so that it should be exactly what I created. The benefit of duplicating is that when you have already set up your ad, like you have already set up this ad, you can duplicate both the ad set and the ad. Thereby, you don't need to change anything again on the ad level. You only change the interest of the ad set. I don't know if it makes sense. Now, so like I said, I want to make this one my magazine, fashion magazine. Let me just call it magazine fashion, which of course English doesn't make sense, but you understand what I mean. Now what I will just do basically is to remove this set of interest group. Now choose the magazines I need. So I can remember Vogue. Hope I pronounced that very well. If I'm fashion and I didn't pronounce that well, I'm so sorry. Now, no, not that. Okay, wait, this is new. This is Teen Vogue. I never knew that exists. And this is the one I'm looking for. Then early Cosmopolitan 17. No, wow, 17 is new in here. Allo, Vanity Fair. Just add all this fashion magazine to this particular interest group. Now, another thing you need to do is come on the placement. You can see this Advantage Plus placement. I don't like using the Advantage Plus placement because it will choose what's it called? It will place it where I don't usually love. Wow, threads. This is new. Threads, this is new because I know I set up ad today and I didn't see threads. Or was it yesterday I set up ad? A new ad and I didn't see threads. Okay, so now I usually don't like using this audience network. Now, audience network is if you are played game, if you are used to playing game, you will see all those ads that do pop up. You understand? Those are audience network. Usually, when someone is into game, nobody won't click on ad. You're just waiting for the time to run out so that you can skip. I don't waste my money showing my ad to people or that are already distracted in something else. So that's usually what audience network does. Now for messenger ad, why I don't like it is because the ad placement is usually small and it doesn't communicate. It's not persuasive enough to convince someone to do something. So I'm like, no, I'm not using it. That's why I don't like messenger. My ad showing on messenger. Once we are done with the ad set level, the next thing, of course, is go to the ad level. Assuming both my ad sets are properly set up, I can decide to have 3, 4, 5 ad sets, but don't do more than 5, please, so that you won't cause something called audience fragmentation. It's more like you shooting yourself in the foot. So you don't want to do that. You just want to make it less. And the funny part is that as time is going, Meta is making it in such a way that you don't need to have a lot of interest groups. You can even have 3, 2, and you're okay. That's what Meta is getting into. So the time will come, we will even only have 1 interest group. What you just need to focus on is on your ad creative and your offer, basically, to compete. For the ad level, there is this. Okay, what we will do now, I want to get a picture from Gemini. So I'll tell Gemini, help me to create a luxury fashion. Help me to create a luxury fashion picture in Nigeria, which will blow everybody's mind. Please, Daniel. Okay, let's see how fast. It's faster. I just hope it will be a little bit fast. So, okay, it's already coming up. You see, that's why. I mean, wow, this is lovely. Jeez, I love this. God, it's not just about the fashion, the environment. I mean, it gives you like a concept on how to decorate a your what they call it, your showroom. I mean, this is beautiful. This is just aesthetic, very beautiful. God, and the lady AI, she's gorgeous. Okay, so okay, back to the our business. Now, the next thing I want to do is tell you to help me with an ad copy. Just a random ad copy. I will tell it to help me and create the ad copy to make it persuasive, but in layman's terms. Yeah, why I usually use layman's terms, because I mean this thing, their English can be annoying. It can be so AI-ish type. Like, what the heck is this kind of English? So let's see what is coming up here. Ever dreamt of owning a piece that makes heads turn? Not bad, but option 2. Tired of ordinary, but want fashion that stands out. Okay, prefer this, even though it's still not that good. It requires some touch, but it's better than nothing. So let's head over back to our ad. Now, yeah, what I can do now, like I said, you can decide to use an already existing content from your page. So let me show you what that means. So once I select existing content, I'll now come over down there and I will select my content. So I can select the content from here because these are my of course, this is marketing content. So, but if this is a fashion design content, of course I'll choose one of them, the ones I need to run the ad with. But for the sake of this video, I want to do from scratch the picture we just generated from AI. Now select set up image. Now I'll go to upload. I believe this should be it, right? Oh, this is okay. It's done loading. So I just click on next. Click on next. Now these are okay. Click on next. Now come over here. That's what we got from Gemini. I'll type it here. Then use this particular as headline. Now, yes, call to action is to send message. Then click on next. Image generation, and this is one thing I discovered recently, that Meta can now use the image you have and generate different images, which is cool. I mean, very, very beautiful. See now, I mean, you can add these images to what you already have. I believe this is the one we already had. No. This is the one where I see the one. I love this. This has this fashion, this office touch, and this has more like a model touch. This is beautiful. These are beautiful. Okay, let's stop admiring and just focus. Enhancements. I believe everything for images. I usually use everything here, so I'll just go with done. Now, once you have chosen the images, your graphics, everything, we're almost done. Actually, you just scroll down to confirm if everything is properly set up. This start conversation is when they come to your messenger, your Instagram or WhatsApp. I believe it doesn't work on Instagram. When they come and chat you up, those automatic messages that pops to ask them about what they want, you understand. This is where you handle it. You can edit it and save the way you want it. Okay, it's very, very easy to do. I believe we are all set and done. So the next thing I want to do is just to rename my ad so that I can easily identify it. I can just name it my heading, the headline I used, and just paste it there so that I can easily identify it. Now I can duplicate this particular ad to come here, to come under this ad set. And to do that, just click on these three dots, then click on duplicate. Now click on existing. Now remove this magazine. This one is the one that it is already on. Choose luxury wears. Now click on duplicate. So you don't need to come back to luxury wears to start creating that particular ad from scratch. By duplicating it, it makes everything easy. Okay, it's showing me an error. Now one thing, like I told you, one stupid error will just pop up. I see it back to back on, I mean, sometimes on daily basis. It could be network issue. It could be anything. But let's assume everything is done well. If you are noticing this error, what you can just do is just to do it again, or basically create the ad from scratch. You understand? So that's basically everything you need to know about setting up your ad and publishing it. Once I'm done, I will just click on publish, and voila, it's ready and set to go. So okay, let's just publish, but I'll switch off the campaign once it has published. So I believe this particular video was very, very helpful. If it was, do well to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we are releasing an advertising video, a digital marketing video, and a video editing video. Till we see again, Dano.